Simeon from PVG Training. Thank you very much for joining today.
Yeah.
And guys, just to give you an idea, I remember I told you about the placement. So this is one of the placement provider we are in arrangement. So if he will give you a little bit of introduction, what exactly they do, what placements they have, which subject area you can do your placement with them, what courses they are offering at the moment to their student, and when will be your starting your placement and how long it's going to complete. So please make sure you ask questions. Your placement should start, like I said, mid of May, Simeon, at maximum.
Yeah.
And but they need to complete the registration by 10th of May if they are interested with you, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, please over to you then. Thank you.
Thank you,
All right.
Usmani. And students, we'll let Simeon start first. And also to let you know, we have started new recording. And once Simeon asks you a question, you can raise your hand and Simeon will answer them. And only unmute your mic when you want to speak. Okay, Simeon, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Can you hear me, everyone?
Good morning. Yes.
Hi,
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning. Sorry, I can't pick all your names. So I'd like to call you one by one. I can see Moses there. I can see Isabella, MBRT, HJASA, everyone. Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
They're okay. Thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you. So sorry. I had that struggle with connecting this morning. Sorry for the delay. Okay. So I'm meeting you for the first time. So I would like to welcome you to the program. It's an interesting one. Of course, you have to do the hard work to achieve the qualification, but you can't miss it with the level 5 diploma in education and training. Um, I use this example like someone wants to become a doctor and you have to study for 5 years, but an integral part of that training will be for you to go to the hospital several times and mingle with patients and work with them and all sorts of things. So the level 5 diploma in education and training program has two major sides to it: the theoretical side and the practical. In class with your teachers, you're going to be dealing with all the theories and all aspects of knowledge, understanding everything you need to know about teaching as a career, as a profession, how to manage students, how to manage your classroom, how to deliver your subject, which we call pedagogy, and all of that. They will be teaching you all of that. But from our end, at PVG training, we come in from the practical side of things. We come in to provide you the opportunity to actually practice teaching, to experience it. Now, for this program, you must complete 100 hours of teaching placement, teaching practice, where you are exposed to teaching students and you interact with tutors, with professionals who are experienced on the job and they show you the rope and you work with them. There are several things you are going to experience apart from just standing before students and teaching. The various activities that goes along with teaching, how to pick a curriculum or course specification and be able to break that down into small chunks and be able to design it and produce a scheme of work over a period of time and break down your scheme of work into lesson plans and all of that, you will be experiencing so many things. So on this program, the awarding body requires that you complete 100 hours of placement experience. So with PVG training, we want to start with you in May, such that now the thing with awarding bodies and several agencies is they expect you to start right on time when you register on the program. When you start the program, you need to start your placement as well. So the early registration is important. I've sent an email um, to the department about registration. The registration form, I will share that with you now, take you through it. It's very easy to complete with PVG training. So you are required by the awarding body to complete at least 8 observations. So while you teach an experience placement for 100 hours, in terms of documentation, they want to see 8 observation reports, minimum of 8 times you will be observed by tutors and professionals who will observe you teach and write what we call observation report as to your performance. And through those 8 sessions, we want to monitor your improvement in the practical aspect of teaching. And teaching covers so many aspects, which I don't want to go into now. Okay, how you manage your students, how you deliver your subject, okay, how you handle differentiation, where all students are never on the same level, they don't have the same background. How do you ensure that no student is disadvantaged or excluded from your class, from your teaching? How do you manage challenging students? All of those things are involved in teaching. It's more than just the subject. Okay, one aspect is subject specialism, where you know your subject in and out. Another aspect, being able to deliver that at a level of understanding across board, that is to all students at their different levels in your class. Another aspect is being able to satisfy what we call VARK, V-A-R-K, the visual, the auditory, the reading, and the kinesthetic, because different learners fall within those categories. So there are many sides to teaching that you are going to experience. While you learn the theory aspect, you come to class, I want to see you put all of this to work. So we have an agreement, an arrangement with the college. If you are going to do the 8 observation reports with us, we want to know, or it's 4 that you want to do. But the arrangement we have is we're going to invite to our center, you will observe, you come and teach students, and we will provide support for you. Okay, and if you have questions, you have issues you want to you need to deal with to make sure that you continue to improve and get better, we're going to support you all through. So that is the long and short of the program. In terms of the financial aspect, I leave that to the college to handle that with you, but I know there's a robust arrangement in place to support you with that. So I'll leave that to Faisal and the team to discuss with yourselves. So now let me share the let me share with you the registration form. I don't know if everyone has received that. Hello, Faisal. Can I confirm if they've received it? I'm trying to see if I can share now. Ooh, okay. Have you received the email, registration email with the form, the registration form, everyone? Can you hear me?
Yeah, not
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Simeon, we will be sending it today.
Okay, okay, lovely. Okay. So the email will be sent to you. There's detailed information in the email, and there's a registration form attached as well. It's just your details. Now, for registration, you will need to complete your personal details. You will need to submit documents for identification. You need to submit copies of your qualification, because you will need to teach in the area of your subject specialism. What that means is you are not allowed to teach a different subject from what you have learned and you qualified in. So we will need copies of that. We will need a copy of your DBS, okay, for safeguarding and health and safety purposes. Every teacher must have an enhanced DBS. I know the college has arrangement for that. If you don't have that at the moment, okay. And yeah, I think that's all you need to complete the registration form. And then once you submit that, we're going to send a further email to you once you complete the registration, where we will include the course curriculum. Now, the awarding body and other agencies, including Ofsted, expect that you must teach the curriculum. Every teacher in any school setting will follow curriculums, will follow specifications. So we have for the three subject aspects, we teach employability, health and social care, and business management. We have curriculums that we have put together for our students that you'll be able to pick units from that you are going to teach over the period of your placement. And you will use that to design your scheme of work and also design your lesson plans and prepare your teaching resources. So for every student, we have an e-folder where every material, every assignment, including your registration package, induction, everything goes into it. Because when the awarding body comes, or OFS or Ofsted, okay, they want to see evidence of what you have done, okay, on placement. So we create an e-folder, and together with the college, there's a shared drive where every process goes into. Every time you attend, your attendance sheet, your assignments, your scheme of work, your lesson plans, the record of your teaching, we video record it, is there. All your teaching resources and materials, they are there. So there's absolute total evidence. If anyone wants to know whether Ravi or Emmanuel has completed placement, is there for them to see. And so we are going to support you all through the process. And at any point you have any question or you need any support, we are there to carry you through. So that is the brief, just very brief one I'm going to give you, but I'm going to entertain whatever questions you have at this moment. And if I've left out anything, Faisal, please help me out, and Sabina, please.
Okay, does anyone have any questions? Simeon has just talked about the whole package that comes in the email. You got regulators like Ofsted will probably come and check to see how you're doing your teacher training or teacher placement, should I say. So that's all included in there. And remember, it has to be your specialist subject.
Yeah.
Now, and you have to be clear on that. Does anyone have any further questions regarding placement? And placement registration should be completed by the, actually, no, sorry, I remember Usmani said your placement should be sorted by the 15th of May. We are going into May on Monday. So does anyone have any further questions? Or would you like anything else cleared up? Anyone?
No.
No, Boma, Sandra, Moses, Simon, Emma, Isabella.
I'm there, Rajivi.
Yeah, Rajvi. Yeah, hello, Rajvi. You joined us very late today.
Yeah,
9:30 class start.
sorry, Sita, I was
No
late.
problem. Do you have any questions, Rajvi?
This is the place like, do we have somewhere in Harrow? If we live somewhere in Harrow.
Harold.
Yeah.
Okay. This particular placement that Simeon is at is based in Whitechapel. Am I right, Simeon?
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
central to get to. Very linked to Hammersmith and City Line and District Line. If you look specifically looking for Harrow, then maybe Rajvi, if you know any small institute there, I mean, maybe you can do a little bit of research, have a wander around, and ask them. And explain that you're doing the DET, you need a placement for 100 hours. Could they suggest anything? Could they support you? You know, you'll have to look around because Harrow is this one is based in Whitechapel. And by the way, you won't be doing it every day. You'll have set times. Possibly, Simeon, do you want to explain a little bit on how the placement would be?
Yeah, what we are, the structure we are putting in place, which once you complete registration, we are going to send the timetable, is you come once a week, like on Wednesday evening, and you are going actually to, other students are going to be there as well, and you'll be teaching. And so you have the opportunity to observe others teach, and they will observe you teach as well. And professionals are there who will support you and will give you feedback, both verbally and also in writing. So you are able to see that improvement over a period of time, but it's once a week. And we're hoping to start on May 10th or 17th, the following week, if 10th is too early for you. So that will give you a space of 2 weeks to complete the registration procedure and then get ready for it.
Simeon, I was going to say 2 of my cohort 1 DET students, and I'm sure they won't mind if I use the name, Nita and Gayatri, have been with Simeon, and the feedback that I got from them, Simeon, is they have made huge improvements in their teaching practice. They're really enjoying it. So I will be keeping in contact with them over the next couple of weeks, and so the placement isn't like, let me just explain, DET isn't just about doing a placement, guys. It's about you. Initially, it is a teaching qualification. So once you do the DET, you have the authority to be teaching post-compulsory education, as well as 14 plus, as well as higher education, depending on your experience. But what you need to understand is, as Simeon mentioned, they have professional staff that will be giving you feedback. Now, you can't just pick anyone to do a feedback on a teaching observation. They will have someone who will be observing you, because they will know what criteria to look for. The teaching is never perfect. It's the more you practice, the more it develops. And every person will have a different style. I have a different style. Usmani has a different style. Simeon will have a different style. Totally different. And you will see, like they say, we can only innovate education, but you've got to be able to follow these guidelines in order to get through. Now, a level 5 isn't an easy level. When I did the level 5 DET back in 2016, and I'm going to be honest, it was just as difficult for me as it is for you. And, it's not an easy course. Nothing's easy, but postgraduate teaching course isn't meant to be easy. It's meant for you to struggling the hard ways, but trying to do your best. Practice makes perfect. Does that make sense, everyone? Now, if you were to take Simeon's proposal and the company they work with, I suggest it will put you at ease to start building up your teaching portfolio as from now. I mean, like the 15th of May. So when it comes, before you know it, it'll be December. Before you know it, it'll be 2024, and it's time for you to finish. And this is where the panic starts. The panic starts, the rush starts. I haven't got a placement. I haven't done my remaining units. You've got to stay on top of it. As Usmani said, teachers don't need to chase adults. Adults need to be in control and, take ownership of your own practice and learning. And I know you guys are good and you can do this. So think about what Simeon said. The college is offering everything that Usmani has just mentioned to you. But to build your teaching portfolio, I'd say don't leave it too late. Don't leave it too late. Simeon, sorry, I was just...
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's like someone wanted to ask a question, is it?
Yeah, yes, exactly. So how many hours? I mean, I know you don't know timetable, but you said once in a week. So how many hours we're gonna do?
Okay,
because
so
I would love to finish earlier. So if I want many hours, for example, 2 days in a week or one day, but 5 hours, 6 hours in a day, can I do this?
yes, you can.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So if you want to kind of like, I understand that the flexibility is there. If you arrange your flexibility and talk to Simeon, I'm sure they can arrange something around your schedule.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So as much as possible, we try to make it flexible for our students. Now, if you're going to, and we 100 hours is required, and we want to make sure we complete that. But don't forget that the 100 hours is not that you'll be teaching every of those 100 hours. There are many things that goes into teaching. Okay. For example, if you attend a standardization meeting, is part of teaching. Okay. If you are involved in initial assessment for learners or recruitment for learners, is all part of teaching, because everything about the life of a student, from when you recruit them to the end they complete the course, is your job. It's part of teaching. So I don't want you to focus only on just taking the subject and delivering it. Supporting learners, how to mark their work, how to assess students, how to support students who are struggling. Maybe they have some form of disability, or they have they come from a background that can make them disadvantaged, and you have to help and support them. It's all part of teaching, because teaching actually has 4 levels: recruitment, retention, completion, and progression. A teacher, a tutor, a teacher must be skilled, qualified to manage students at those 4 different levels until your student completes and progress to the next level, either career-wise or education-wise. That's when you have actually succeeded. So all of those things are included in placement. Okay, your college may be recruiting students and they say, come and help us, support us, and you are learning. It's all part of the process. All of those experiences goes into the 100 hours, apart from just taking a subject, breaking down, breaking it into scheme of work and lesson plan, teaching in class. So many other things goes with it. So we're going to be looking at all those areas as well.
Simeon, I was just going to point out, right, as you just mentioned about assessment, right, obviously that will come through practice, but what you need to understand is a teacher has a very various role, not just one, not just to teach the subject, also to assess, to identify learning needs, to support learning needs, to be able to differentiate learning. So these are skills that you will build. And I understand the skills are not going to come very easily, but you've got to have in that frame of mind, because you could have a class of 25 students, but you could have 10 students who will need extra support. So how would you provide that support? So you've got to be very creative, and you've got to think of innovative ways of delivering as well as receiving. So it's an all-rounder, lots of skills to be learned, and you will learn them. You will eventually learn them, but you have to be aware of the different options and selection of options that come in a teaching placement as well. So it's not just quickly finishing the placement of 100 hours, and yes, it's also building the other skills in as well.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you, Simeon. Does anyone have any other further queries or questions? Is anyone unsure about anything? Boma, would you like to say anything? Boma, your microphone's off, so we can't hear you.
Yeah, I know well.
Okay, that's fine. Are you clear? Did you all understand the criteria of you're going to be receiving an email? Am I right, Simeon?
Yes, yes.
You're going to receive an email. Please reply to the email, follow instructions promptly, so you can actually get your things sorted within the time scale.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sabina.
Yes, sorry, Osmani.
Sorry, if you have any question, please, you can send it in an email as well, or just call us and we'll be able to answer.
Yeah, Simeon, I think we will mention your email in the email, but can you please write in the chat as well for the students now?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe they are also know. Sabina, can I please request, as we have the ground, obviously we're doing this session online, can we ask everyone to put their camera on? And
yes,
I can just take one picture because we need it, obviously.
Okay, please, students, can you please turn your cameras on so Usmani can just take a screenshot, everyone. Rajvi, Emma, everyone, please, Sandra. Okay, ideally, guys, we should have our cameras on. And I understand sometimes it's a bit difficult, but we should try and keep our cameras on. Sandra and Juliana, is it possible to put your cameras on, please? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so okay, Usmani, when you're ready. Okay, so I'm going to put everything on the chat box. The email will probably also come on the chat box, and
yeah, so that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, and Simeon will be sending out emails, so please read the emails and act upon accordingly. So the quicker you get your placement sorted, at least you will start your placement rather than leaving it too late. To be honest, I can't believe it's 1st of May next week already. How quick is this year going?
It's so fast.
Too fast, yeah. I've only just realized it's April's finished. Yeah. So
and Sabina, one more thing, sorry.
Yeah.
Just to all of you guys, this is obviously we've done the induction now, the initial briefing for this placement. Now it's your responsibility. You will receive an email today with the registration form. Now, this is your responsibility to fill in that form and send it directly to PVG training. And what they will do, they'll be in touch with you for the completion of registration process. Obviously, as soon as the registration is complete, they'll send you the schedule and everything, and then you need to start your placement as soon as possible, please. But we need a confirmation letter from PVG. So once you complete your registration process, I think Simeon will process the confirmation letters as well, that you've been secured, you have secured the placement, and your placement start date will be this. And obviously, you complete your 100 hours and date observation. So please, we need this letter by 10th of May, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Take care.
Usmani. Simeon, would you like to say anything else,
Yeah,
or are you
and
happy
sorry,
with that?
Sabina, just to forgot
Yeah.
one thing. Sorry, Simeon.
Okay.
See, PVG training is one of the option we are giving you. If you already have your arrangements, you can also find yourself as well. That's not an issue. But obviously, PVG has a structured program. So it's entirely up to your decision how to do it. But we have seen them and they're doing a brilliant job. So yes, please. So whatever your decision is, by 10th of May, please, we need confirmations. Thank you. Thank you, Simeon.
Thank you very much, Usmani, for your support this morning. Simeon, would you like to say anything else?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you so much for the opportunity. And it's a great pleasure meeting you guys. I look forward to working with you, supporting you, journeying with you through this process. We've been through it. The team that works with me, we've all been through a DET program. We're teaching, we're teachers, we're professionals. We know exactly where you are, what you'll be facing, what you might, the fears, the challenges, all of that. So we are well able to support you, and I look forward to working with you and supporting you to achieve this.
And Simeon, thank you for your time. I know you're very busy. Just one thing I want to say was the opportunity of doing a diploma in education and training is a very kind of a very good opportunity, guys, because not everyone will have the opportunity to go into a university to do a postgraduate course, which is required. But when you do a DET, it also teaches you other creative ways of teaching as well. So it's not just specifically saying on one cohort or one sector. It gives you a wide range. So use that and utilize it and think about it. And I'm sure you guys will do just as good. I've heard very good reviews on PVG. I told you my previous students are doing extremely well. But to sometimes work with these professionals, you learn from them as well. Right. So and see, Moses had his hand up. Moses, would you like to say your question, please?
So Sabina, it's not a question. I just wanted to, I just wanted to thank Simeon for the brief and but very detailed presentation. And we're looking forward to them at some point. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Moses. Really kind of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Moses.
Thank
so
you.
Sabina, yeah, I think I'll be leaving now. And
Okay.
I think you can stop your recording as well. So what we will do, guys, we will put this recorded session on our placement portal as well, so you can access it anytime. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Usmani.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, Simeon. Thank you.
Have a lovely weekend.
Simeon, would you
Bye-bye.
mind to send me this slide, this slide you have used? Then I can make it available to the students as well on Moodle. Yeah.
Okay.
If there is
Thank
need.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right, DT students, I'm going to stop the recording now in a second. So we are now going to go for coffee break. Oh, I could do with a coffee break, and then we'll meet back and we'll continue with we'll do a recap of our morning session, and we'll get speeded up with our assignment brief work as well. Okay. Bye, Simeon. Bye. Right. So DT group, we are now on coffee break, and I will see you all in about 20 minutes.
20
Okay.
minutes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Everyone go and get a coffee. Thank you. Or a tea. Now I have to go. And by the way, this recording will be available on the placement recording that Usmani will upload it.
Yeah. So if you just can stop this recording first, then it'll be great. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Usmani.
Yeah, I think the recording is still on, Sabina.
Is it still on? I haven't. Oh, I'm sorry. I should
go and stop. Yeah.
record and stop recording. Okay.